If you're here, chances are you feel trapped. You feel like you're stuck in a loop that you just can't break, no matter how hard you try. And you've probably been told the same thing over and over again.
Right? People tell you, just try harder, just be stronger. If you only had more willpower, you could beat this. But what if that's not just bad advice?
What if it's actually the most dangerous lie in all of recovery? A lie that's designed to keep you feeling ashamed and stuck in a cycle of failure. Well, today, we're going to tear that lie apart.
Let's start with what the source material calls the willpower lie, because you have to understand this before you can find a way out.
You see, the whole willpower thing isn't just a bad strategy. It's a destructive one. It makes you believe that you are the problem, that you are the failure, not the method. The source material is really clear about this. People waste decades of their lives thinking if they just grit their teeth harder, they'll finally win. But it's a game that's rigged from the start, and it only leads to despair.
So, why can't you just will your way out of addiction? Because you're in a fight, but it's not the one you think you're in. Let's really look at the opponent you're up against.
See, addiction isn't just a bad habit. It's a two-headed monster. First, there's this psychological sensitivity, that intense, almost allergic reaction to the thing. But honestly, the real knockout punch is the mental obsession. This isn't just a craving. This is a thought that hijacks your entire brain. It overrides logic, survival, everything, and screams at you that this is the only thing that matters. Your willpower, well, it doesn't even stand a chance against that.
And this really says it all, doesn't it? Trying to beat addiction with willpower, it's like a local boxer stepping into the ring with the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. It's not a fair fight. You are going to lose. So the goal isn't to fight harder, it's to get out of the ring completely.
And that brings us to this completely backward-sounding idea that is the absolute key to freedom: the power of surrender. I know, it sounds like giving up, but it's actually how you start to win. This is the massive mindset shift. It means you drop the rope in the tug-of-war. You call a ceasefire. You stop fighting the one enemy that you know you can't beat head-on.
So let's be super clear. Surrender here means admitting you are 100% powerless. Now, this isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of honesty. It's finally looking at the situation for what it is and admitting that your willpower, by itself, is not enough to win this battle.
And here is the beautiful, mind-bending paradox of it all. The exact moment you admit defeat in this one specific fight is the moment you become victorious in the war for your own life. That's when things finally start to change.
Okay, so that's the big idea, but what does this actually look like day to day? Let's build a real, practical defense plan. This is where we turn the idea into action.
Here it is, your new game plan. Step 1, we just covered, truly, deeply admitting you're powerless. Step 2, get brutally honest with yourself about your triggers. Who, what, where, even what feelings push you toward that edge. Write them down. Then, step 3 is the absolute game changer, radical avoidance. Notice the word isn't resist, it's avoid. You're not trying to be strong when the trigger appears. You're making sure it never appears in the first place.
So this is your new toolkit. This is what playing defense looks like. It's not about saying no in the heat of the moment. It's about being smart so you never have to. This means you delete and block the number. You take a different way home from work. You get the stuff out of your house. You might even have to ditch your smartphone for a bit. Real strength isn't standing in the fire. It's being smart enough to not walk into the fire at all.
Now, as we wrap this up, there's one final rule. This is a big one. For this new strategy to work, it demands total commitment.
The source material could not be more clear about this. You can't kind of do this. You can't be 99% in. Trying to keep just one contact or follow just one social media account, that's the old willpower lie trying to sneak back in, and it will get you absolutely nowhere.
And let's be real about that little voice in your head, the one that says, "Oh, I'm stronger now, I can handle it, I'll just go for a little while." That is not strength talking. That's the addiction talking. That is your ego trying to deny the one truth that can set you free, that you are powerless over this. True strength is respecting that truth and keeping a very safe distance. So, it all comes down to this. The war you've been fighting, you can't win it with force. But there's another path. A path that starts not with gritting your teeth, but with a quiet, honest admission of defeat. So the real question is, after all this time and all this pain, are you ready to finally stop fighting and actually start recovering?